Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Larry Fleischman, your Southern California real estate broker who shares real stories and real experiences to help you make smart real estate decisions. Today we're tackling an important topic: why working with a local real estate agent matters more than ever, especially in a world where it feels like everything starts with a Zillow search and ends with an algorithm. Look, I love tech. Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, and Homes.com are great tools, but that's all they are. They're tools. They can't understand you. They don't know your kids. They don't feel your excitement or your pain, but I do. So let's get into it. I'm going to break down this with real examples and help you see why the human side of real estate is still the most important side. Let's start with the difference between tools and talent. All right, Zillow and Redfin, they're like the wrench and the hammer in the toolbox. A local realtor? Well, that's the master builder who knows how to use them and knows when to use something else entirely. I'll share a story. A few months ago, I had a couple reach out to me. They'd been looking on Redfin for over 6 months and they were frustrated. Everything they toured either didn't look like the photos or went off the market before they could even see it. When we sat down for coffee, I learned something the websites never asked them. They had just had a baby. They were exhausted, nervous, and they wanted to be near her parents for help. Nowhere in Zillow's chat box is there a "How are you sleeping lately?" But that's exactly what helped me find them a home 5 minutes from grandma and grandpa. It wasn't on Zillow. It wasn't even live yet. It was off market, and we got it because of relationships. That's the difference between a platform and a person. Okay, let's talk about the big elephant in the room: AI chatbots. Yes, I use AI. It helps me stay organized and answer quick questions. But let's not pretend that a chatbot knows what's happening in your life. The truth of the matter is, real estate is rarely just about square footage. It's about life transitions. I once helped a man who had recently been widowed sell the home he built with his wife. Zillow didn't know that every room held a memory. Zillow didn't know that he cried after I gently asked if he was ready to let go. He didn't need comps. He needed compassion. It's not something that an algorithm can give you. When you buy or sell a home, you're not just choosing a property, you're choosing a neighborhood. You're choosing a commute, a school district, a lifestyle. Look, I live here, I work here. I know which street has the morning shade and which one backs up to the Friday night high school football field. A buyer once asked me about a home they found on Homes.com. It looked perfect online, but I knew better. That particular block, well, it's got some issues when it rains. I felt several other owners in that exact cul-de-sac with some insurance claims. Now, Zillow doesn't know that. Local knowledge helps you avoid mistakes, spot opportunities before anybody else does. Buying or selling a home might be the biggest financial transaction of your life. You deserve more than auto-generated email alerts. You deserve an advocate, someone who negotiates for you, who looks out for you when emotions are high, someone who reads the fine print and says, "That doesn't look right." Look, I had a client who was going through a divorce. The online platforms didn't care about timing, emotional strain, or family logistics. But I did. I helped her coordinate move out dates, manage showings around her kids' school, and worked with her attorney to make sure that every detail was handled correctly. Zillow wasn't gonna do that, but a local agent will. Here's something that's not in your search filters: trust. Trust doesn't come from 5-star reviews on a website. It comes from conversations, consistency, and connection. When I work with a client, we build something more than a transaction. We build a relationship. I'm not just showing homes. I'm showing up for the 9 p.m. text, for the I'm freaking out call, for the can we talk through this just one more time comment. So here's the bottom line. Look, Zillow is a search engine. Redfin is a data tool. Realtor.com, it's an ad platform. Homes.com, it's a listing aggregator. But a local real estate agent, we are your guide, your sounding board, and sometimes even your therapist. Might not be licensed for that, but we're there. We don't just know the Southern California market, we get to know you, and that changes everything. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home in my area, or if you're just lost in the sea of online info, let's talk. Reach out, ask a question. My team and I are here to help you. And hey, if you're watching from outside of Southern California and you're thinking, hey, Larry, I wish you could help me where I live, good news. Even though that you might not be in my area, I've got your back. I have a trusted network of real estate agents all across the country. People that I've worked with, people that I've trained with, and that I personally know. They're agents who share my commitment to putting the client first and treating people like family. So if you need help buying or selling anywhere in North America, just reach out. I'd be happy to connect you with someone who will care for you just like I would. If you found this interesting or helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. I'd really love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and remember, every home has a story, so let's write yours together. I'll see you in the next video. Stay classy, SoCal, and remember, for all things real estate, sell or buy, Larry's your guy.